Alright, here's the fucking ride along I promised. Unfortunately, it's raining today, so we can't take the Chevelle or the truck. So here we go. It will probably only be a ride down. I don't know. I'd like to stop somewhere and get maybe a handful of t-shirts. Maybe. So we'll see what happens. Got a check engine light on again in this fucking thing. I think it's the thermostat. Something with the thermostat. I don't remember what the fuck it said. I'd put my scanner on it and see what the fuck. The Mercury there had an engine light on too. It's hard to say what that one is. It could be a number of things in that car. Because I ripped the ABS. Well, the ABS sensor got destroyed on the one rear disc brake because the emergency brake shoes on the back basically came loose and destroyed themselves on the speed sensor gear on the axle. So I ripped it apart and took it out because you'd be driving down the fucking road and the car would jerk violently because of the brake shoes being in there flying around the rotor and getting caught on everything. So it was a mess. So here we go. But anyway, there's an article floating around on Facebook that some idiot, I guess, that has one of these cop cars all decked out like mine. Apparently got himself in trouble. I'm guessing he was using the fucking lights and shit, fucking with people, and then they made him take all the stuff off. He made him take the divider out from in between the seats, so it did not look like or appear to be a cop car at all whatsoever. And it's like, you know what? If you're gonna do stupid shit like that when you buy one of these fucking cars, you deserve to get caught. Mine just appears like it is one, but it's clearly retired. It's out of service. It is a civilian vehicle now. It is for everyday use, and that's why I got it inspected. Surely you cocksuckers aren't gonna cut any fucking trees down here from the lines, are you? Holy fucking shit. We got a whole mess of them here. 2 of them. Son of a bitch. I can't fucking believe it. But anywho, going down to pick up the old groceries at Walmart. So fucking long we gotta wait for that shit. But yeah, this kid apparently bought one of these at an auction, I guess, state auction. It had all the stuff in it, but it was deactivated, and he apparently went. Him and his buddies, they went and hooked it all up. And he even had a dispatch radio. I don't know how the fuck he got one of those. But the dispatch radio apparently was still in it. And he was also fucking with active police calls, I'm assuming. But it's like, you know, of course, then you know, people were on my ass now. Oh, you're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught, you piece of shit. You're gonna get caught. need to take all that stuff off that car and paint it. Yeah, because I just have all that money hanging out of my ass to paint this fucking thing. Because, you know, that's what I want to do right now, is paint my fucking car. Well, it don't resemble any fucking on-duty vehicle in the area. Allegheny County Sheriff's Office used to be black and white cars, but now they're not. They're all like a slate gray and black, and they are all SUVs, and there's a couple of Chargers. Now, it's like, I get pulled over, and they're like, oh, your stuff working? It's like, no. Because if it did, it wouldn't pass inspection. Duh. And if they don't like it, I'll show them the fucking inspection papers. And then people are like, well, what if they turn one of them toggle switches on and then the stuff works? Then what? I don't believe they're going to ask me about anything. They're going to say, hey, does the stuff work? I'm going to switch it on and say, look, is it working? No, it is not working. It does not work. It don't matter to me. I'll pull a fucking fuse for the son of a bitch. I don't care. But you know, it's like, you know, as soon as somebody hears about somebody else getting caught doing stupid shit with a cop car, then right away, oh, they're coming for you. They're coming. No, they're not coming for me. I have never acknowledged that I'm a police officer. I don't dress like one. I have a t-shirt and jeans on all the time. Cops don't wear that shit. They have a uniform, and they have a fucking belt with a goddamn holster for their gun. I do not have a gun. I do not have a belt. I've never worn a belt. I don't have a fucking police uniform. I don't wear a trooper's hat. They have that big round fucking hat. Looks like they're a goddamn sergeant in the military with it on. You know, I respect the law to a point. If they're going to be ridiculous with me, then I'll lose respect for them. Or if they're going to contaminate crime scenes to help their buddies out, that's when I will lose respect for them. But I know a few cops, I've talked to them about this car, and they said, just, you know, if you get pulled over, show them that they don't work, and say, look, it's like a museum piece. I like to take it around and show it, and I drive it every day because it passed inspection. Now, people get the wrong idea. On the interstate every night when I'm coming home, people will not pass me because they think that this is an active duty cop car. They don't know what the fuck to think when they see this thing. So it's like, you know what? You use your own fucking judgment. But I know that a cop is always in the fast lane on the interstate. Always. Unless they're sitting along the road clocking your ass. So these people, I kept getting in the slow lane for them to pass me. Because I always drive the speed limit on the interstate. When I'm not in a fucking hurry, I will drive the speed limit. These people, they just pile up behind me. And it's like, motherfucker, pass me. Don't sit behind me. I get a laugh out of it. I think it's hilarious. Because, you know, they'll just all pile up behind me like, oh my God, if I pass him, he's going to pull me over. And it's like, you can pass me all you want because I'm not an officer of the law. I cannot pull you over. I don't have that authorization. I am not in law enforcement. So, anyhow, it all leads up to a bunch of fucking aggravation and bullshit. And I'm just tired of listening to people cry about it. I don't want to take any of the stuff off of it. I like the bubble on there. It's authentic. It looks good, I think. There's a couple of people around here that have the old Chevy Caprices from the 80s that are dressed up like, you know, cop cars. cars, and they have them still, and they take them to car shows and shit, and they have the bubble on them, they have the badges on them and everything. Now, this car here does not have that stuff on it. It's all been stripped off. Of course, you see my other videos, you can see that it's just white and black paint. That's it. I'm not drawing any attention to myself at all whatsoever, so I'm not out here doing donuts in the middle of the fucking road. Oh my God, you better take that stuff off your car. The motherfucker passed inspection with this shit on it. So it's like, look, I mean, this is what it is. I'm not going to take this stuff off. If you don't like it, fine, don't look at it. But there's a lot of people that walk up to me and obviously know that it's not a, holy shit. Anyway, that it's not in service any longer. There isn't any police agencies in the United States that I know of, unless you're in fucking Mayberry. They would probably still have that 1960 Ford. There's no police agency that I know of, town or state, that use these cars anymore. Unless California has a few old ones they use for parades and shit and promotional things. They have a couple old Suburbans, and they have a couple of these. They have a couple of Caprices. There's a group of retired cops from New York City that are gathering up old New York City cop cars and fixing them up in honor of fallen police officers. They're doing that shit. I've seen that on YouTube, which is, it's pretty cool. I think that's a good idea. They had like officers that died in the line of duty. They had their cars that they died next to. They had them, and they had all kinds of signatures from retired police on the car, and it had everything that it was equipped with when it was in service, and they use it in parades and stuff, and it's pretty awesome. I thought it was pretty awesome. But I mean, I know a few guys that are retired police, and they told me that there's nothing wrong with having this stuff on, and it even states as long as it's deactivated and you're not running around flashing the lights on, and it passed inspection with them, you can't be fined or anything like that. I haven't been pestered by any law around here. I've had cops wave at me, and they all know. They fucking goddamn, they gotta know that these cars are not being used in law enforcement anymore. And the Chargers, there's some of them still hanging around. I actually had a sheriff deputy wave at me in a Charger the one day. I'm like, hey buddy, how you doing? I mean, they waved because I was in a cop car, that's why. And, it's not illegal to have this car looking like this. It's just the fact that none of the stuff is activated. I have control over that. I can make it work. But am I going to? No, not while I'm on the fucking road. I might do it at my house, in my driveway, but that's the only place you're going to see it. And I mean, I use the PA sometimes to fuck with people I know. I just don't randomly holler at people, which, that's not against the law either. Using a PA system that's on it, that is not against the law. I'm not using the siren. I'm not using that, so it's not against the law to use that. It's like you'll see people's reactions. Some people will go 6 miles an hour and in front of me, and it's funny because they'll use turn signals, they'll obey all the signs and everything. People behave themselves when I'm in this car. Now, what else is funny is you see a big difference whenever you're not in this car. If I'm in the Mercury or my Chevelle or whatever, people just drive like fucking Neanderthal idiots around me then. Because they just don't give a shit, because they're sloppy ass drivers and just drive however the fuck they want to drive, you know. And I really don't care, as long as they're not slamming into me or slamming on the brakes in front of me, being dicks. Oh well. I'm not worried about none of it. And I don't run around here and speed like an idiot. And this car right here does not like to spin the tires. It likes to launch and take off. It does not like to spin the tires. I'd have to put a line lock on it to get a good burnout out of it. And I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. If I do, I might buy a kit, put on it, so I can find which line goes to the front brakes, so I can lock them up. So it's like an electric thing. You can hit the button to close off the brake fluid going to the rear brakes. So you can hit the brakes, or it'll lock it up. It'll lock up the front brakes, so you can do a burnout. All you do is just put it in gear, push the pedal to the floor. This person in front of me, they haven't either looked back to see that I'm back here, or they look back and they just don't care, because they're speeding right now. I'm going to speed limit. They're flying up through there. But now the laws have changed. I can throw litter out the window of my car, and there ain't one fucking cop that's allowed to stop you and pester you about it. You have to be doing something pretty bad now to get them to pull you over. Like, well, you got to be speeding and reckless driving. And if you're doing that, then you're guaranteed to get pulled over. So, if you do that, if you're going to go out there and act like an idiot, plan on getting pulled over. That's right. I gotta stop and buy tea at one of these fucking stores that has it. Hopefully I find some in my many travels today. While it's raining, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna run around and look and see if, because they don't have the Gold Peak tea down here. Gold Peak, oh my God. Gold Peak tea that I like to drink. Gold P. What the fuck? I can't speak. Down here at Walmart, I'll have people stare at the car, but you know, when you get down there in this neck of the woods, some people have warrants out on them, and it's like, ooh, is that really a cop? I get a couple warrants out on my ass. That's pretty funny. At least I think it is, anyway. But anyhow, we're almost there. We're almost to that shithole fucking Walmart. I really despise this place because of what it has become. It hasn't only wrecked small businesses around here, it is usually assholes gravitate to this place, and people who are shopping in their jammies. I don't know why you would do that, why you would go shopping in your jammies, but that is fucking retarded. Just put on some fucking clothes, put on some street clothes and go shopping. Nobody wants to see you in your jammies. Nobody wants to see you in your tight-fitting jammy bottoms that run clear up to, the crotch is clear up into your fucking throat. But that's how some of those fucking people do that shit. And it's fucking gross. It's so gross. Here you see some great big fat bitch walking around with a pair of yoga pants that says juicy across the back. And it's like, no, gross, disgusting. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the front and see if I get any reactions. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I hollered at a guy one time, told him to get the hell in the back. And he was a black guy. And he's like, me? And I said, yeah. I said, get the fuck back in there. I said, you're black, aren't you? I said, get in there. He was a good sport about it. He just laughed. And I was like, I'm just kidding. What are they doing up here? Are they doing a little construction up here or what? Don't tell me they switched the goddamn grocery pickup shit. Not really many people out walking, but the people park in the grocery thing and then walk in. And it's like, why did you do that? Alright, everybody, here we are. I'm going to park right here. Alright. See y'all later. Okay. Got our shit. What are you doing? Thought they were going to hit me. People drive like fucking Neanderthals. Now I get to go store hop and see. Fuck, I'll do it this way. Fix these fucking holes in the road by now. I was informed that since JCPenney is no longer in business here, that they're going to turn this down here into a Menards down here. That'll give Walmart's fucking competition. Plus, it'll repave the goddamn parking lot finally. Our mall is dying. Although I would like to go into Spencer's and get some dirty shit. I need some more dirty fucking hats with dirty sayings. I have a hat that says titties on it, but I'd like to have one that says tits. Bold face fucking print tits. Hey, hello, how are you doing today? Tits. Window of that car for a minute. Oh, here we are. The next fucking stop. Alright, everybody. This concludes our video of the ride along in the Crown Vic. I actually had a cop follow me up the road and didn't pass me or nothing. I figured he was going to pass me. But they, clearly seen that it wasn't an active cop car, so. Or if I was doing something stupid, they would have pulled me over. But they did not pull me over because I wasn't being a fucking retard. So, everybody, like, share, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.